this is a question for Akanshka. So what are the documents that you have to obtain from India as an Indian qualified lawyer, presumably in order to get qualification as an English solicitor?
Yeah, I think that's probably the most difficult step of this entire process. So if in the UK, which is why it was a bit more harder. So if I recall back, I think I needed first to obtain a certificate of good standing from my local bar council. So my local bar council is the Bar Council of Karnataka. So which is the in-person process, because I think most bar councils in India don't have an online portal you can apply this from. So it required, someone to physically go there and apply it on mass. And I think there's a requirement that the certificate of good standing needs to be dated in the last 3 months. That becomes quite tricky if you have to fly into the country and get that certificate of good standing and convince the bar council to give it to you. So that's one. That's a whole advance. Then I think there was another one around a police verification, which is a local police station to verify and checks you. This depends on how long you've stayed in India versus how long you've stayed in the UK. I think the SRA looks back 5 years. And for me personally, I was just short of 5 years by 1 year. So I had to prove 4 years of police verification in the UK, which was a very swift process because it was just all online through Atlantic data. But then 1 year of Indian police verification, which again required me to go in person to my local police station and convince the officer to give me the certificate, which is again quite the advantage. Practicing once you apply for admission, then at that time you again need to provide a certificate of good standing. It's two times in the process that I had to provide this. And again, this is something that needs to be dated in the last 3 months. So it was twice me going and knocking on my local state bar council to get the certificate, the police verification. For my English language, I think somebody asked this question. I did my master's in the so I think if you do your master's in the UK, it's graded as a level 7 or equivalent qualification. And hence, I just submitted that as my English language proof. So that was again a document I had to submit. If you have not done your master's in the UK, they'd probably ask you to take either the IELTS or some equivalent English language test to prove that. But again, check what you need there on the website. But yeah, these are a few of the things that to provide to the SRA.
Thank you very much. Always a challenge when you've got to go back to another country to get what they need.